thought I'd make a short video going over what I use for my live caricature work. And over time, I have found that there are a few tools that work for me personally. These are the tools that I use for my live caricature work and personal projects in the studio. As my style changes, I've noticed the tools also change. These supplies are good for my wallet, especially since I draw quite frequently. We all know how art supplies can get pretty pricey, and every cent piles on pretty quick. I'll also include links in the description below for the art supplies I mention. So let's go ahead and begin talking about the supplies that I use.
Markers.
I really enjoy using black Crayola markers when drawing live caricatures. They're very light, the ink doesn't run or splatter when you apply pressure. They have a conical tip, which helps with thick to thin lines. That helps greatly to make an appealing look for your artwork. Since my work is more geometric, I tend to use a lot of straight lines and generally don't use a whole lot of line variation. I think this helps give it a more digital look. I have used other markers such as Copic, Prismacolor, Tombow, and Chartpak, which are the higher end brands, pricier and great ink quality, but I always end up going back to Crayola. When I want to fill in large areas with black, I love to use the fat Sharpie markers. I order the biggest size they have, which is the Magnum Sharpie. Instead of using a small tip marker to ink in shirts, hair, hats, or eyebrows, I can use this to speed up the inking process, and the marker is very rich and black, which makes your drawing look bold. I like to keep handy my whiteout pen, not necessarily to clean up mistakes, although those happen sometimes, but to make highlights. I use Presto brand as that is the closest to the paper color I use, and the nib is just like a marker.
Color.
For coloring, I use mainly Neocolor 1 wax pastels. They're soft, rich in color, and very easy on my hand when I'm coloring. I used to use Prismacolor art sticks, but once I transferred to Neocolor, I never looked back. I work less to get richer colors with Neocolor. Using the right type of paper for these makes a huge difference as well. To get even richer colors, I use alcohol-based markers such as Prismacolor or Blick's brand markers. I buy more Blicks as they are cheaper and work just as great. I use these when I want to highlight a certain feature or object when drawing live. I'm very particular about when to use them because they are expensive. I tend to use them on the drawings I'm taking my time on and like because not every drawing I do is rendered in so much detail.
Paper.
For paper, I use very smooth, glossy, lightweight paper, 60 to 70 pound. I have artists tell me my live work looks digital, and I believe it's not just how I use my tools, but I think it's the paper that gives it a shiny, clean, printed look as well. So there you have it. These are the tools that I'm comfortable using, and of course, everyone has their own preferences, so let me know what you enjoy using to create your artwork in the comments below. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And a huge thank you to my patrons who support me. If you'd like to join the party and receive rewards from me personally, consider becoming a member on my Patreon. A thank you for hanging out with me. I love y'all. God bless. Stay creative, and I'll see you in the next video.